Hey everybody, welcome back to Play Casket. These are your hosts, Paraka the Goblin, and
Ghost your Coast.
And this week we're going to go ahead and follow up from the 3D platformers from last week. We're going to just talk about the 2D ones.
Why can't Metroid crawl?
Right. Yeah, why can't Metroid crawl? Basically, there was a variety of different platformers when it was all 2D because everything was basically, that's the function. Like, I feel like platformers was everything, right?
Yeah.
So stuff like the RPGs and stuff like that all kind of spurred from that area and stuff too.
Mm-hmm.
But when I'm thinking platformers, there's many different genres of the 2D platformer, right?
Yeah.
There's ones that are generally action adventure platformers, so stuff that we call Metroidvanias by name, right? Mm-hmm. So the Metroids, the Castlevanias, the Time Spinners, so on and so forth, the adventure ones. Then we have side scrollers like your Marios and your Mega Mans, where it's very linear path from point A to point B, but variety of ways to get there.
Yeah.
So, and then there's a couple other ones out there that kind of blend in from that, but we're gonna go ahead and kind of break that down. What's your thoughts on the 2D platforms and such?
I like them, I guess, but the end. No.
The end. All right, that's one of the best. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe and subscribe.
Mario. I suck at Mario, but I guess
how do you suck at Mario? That's weird.
Oh, the 2D ones.
Yeah, collect coin.
No, they're hard to
Fondle flag.
It's too much.
Win.
It's too much precision jumping. That's why I like Metroid a lot better. Fusion is my favorite, mostly because it's just the most modern one.
Mm-hmm.
So they tell you where to go. You don't get lost all the time. I didn't really like. Oh man, everybody's gonna hate me for this, but Super Metroid, I didn't like it only because I got lost all the time.
Maybe if you could crawl.
Oh man, everybody's. Don't hate me, please. I love Metroid.
No. You know what? I'll go ahead and say this right now, just to make sure everyone hates me a bit more. Fuck Prime. There, I said it.
Get out of here.
But no, I like Metroid.
Mm-hmm.
I actually do. I have more of a fondness for Castlevania games because I generally like the fantasy theme. You know, Goblin like a fantasy theme. Get the fuck out of here, right? Who the fuck knew? But no, I like the RPG elements in the Castlevania one. I like the overall tone of it, and like weirdly, we could have talked about Dracula in our villain episode about how some villains work, because he's never truly defeated. He's just like nap time for another 100 years.
Oh,
like
okay.
He's always constantly coming back, right?
Mm-hmm.
So. Like I guess that's why I like them. I don't know. Like I love the Castlevania series way more than Metroid, but I do like Metroid.
Okay.
That's one of actually as far as 2D adventure stuff goes.
I always like the oh, I can't do this, but you come back and you're like, oh, that's what this is for.
It's kind of like yeah. So you'll see places that like I feel like I can't reach that, so I feel like I gotta get something to get there.
Yeah.
You know.
Also, the speedrunners who sequence break, that's freaking cool as hell. I like how you can sequence break things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And but I like the fact that there's so many hidden things and such. Yeah. Castlevania is just, dude, wall turkey, delicious. Mm-hmm. I've never had wall turkey before in my life, and now I have all sorts of tetanus. But the food's amazing. But no, like I like the fact that like you have to retread certain ground.
Yeah.
Right. And I like that because then, like, there's things that when you finally unlock, like, super boots or double jump or whatever nonsense, right? You're like, oh, I remember a place over here, and you go back to it,
yeah.
And then, like, you finally reach it, and even though it's not, like, the next step, you still unlock some, like, extra features and stuff. Like, here's, more missile packs or whatever.
Life
and,
tank.
I like that, right?
Yeah.
So it's sprawling. It's kind of it's like an all-inclusive hub world the 3D platformers do now. You know what I mean? Like, it's kind of like that. Mm-hmm. You know, you do retread, you do multiple areas and such, and of course, you know, there's certain instances are basically like your little worlds that you have to go and defeat and conquest and stuff like that.
What about Super Mario Brothers? That was the one on the SNES, right?
Super Mario Brothers is the original ones. Super Mario World is the one on the Super Nintendo.
Okay, yeah, that's the one I started off on, and I think it's the most definitive looking one. It looks so freaking nice.
Okay,
though.
so I'm gonna get into that too. One of my more favorite abilities and such. One of my favorite not abilities genres because words are hard. Is side scrollers. So your traditional Mega Man's, Mario's, Sonic's, and stuff like that, right?
Mega Man's still hard as hell. Jesus Christ.
Oh dear God. But I liked them. But there was a huge limiting factor to them. That it wasn't about the lives, but it was about if you wanted to play a certain level, you have to get through all the other levels first. Every time you played it.
Yeah.
Sonic 3, one of my favorite levels is Ice Cap. Obviously, I'm not the only one because Overclocked Remix still has a ton of fucking Ice Cap remixes over any other level. It's actually gotten to a point, I remember at one point in time in college, that Goblin College, that they could have put a little kibosh on so many Ice Cap remixes. Like, we're not accepting any more for the next year.
Oh, wow.
Like, there were just so many. They were not even going to accept submissions. They're like, we are not doing this again.
Hopefully you didn't forget Donkey Kong, did you?
No.
Okay.
Donkey Kong Country is actually one of my favorite ones.
Okay.
That is actually one of my favorite ones, but that was actually where I was going to go from here. So
Because I just remember the water stage song. It was like my favorite, yeah.
Mine's the minecart, the minecart one, or in Donkey Kong Country 2, it's like one of the B levels. I completely forgot the name of it. Flight of the Horn Stinger or something like that. Some one of those, right? But in the Super Nintendo, they kind of rectified a lot of this. Super Mario World was one of them. Yeah. Like, if you wanted to play a certain level, of course, you unlocked all of it. You had the little overworld and go, you know what? I would actually like to play some of the star levels. We actually did some of those kind of like a race to see who could beat the star levels over again. Kind of like a weird Olympics type of thing, right? And you were able to do that. Just pop in your cart, load up the level, continue on. You know, you could play some of the cave levels or the haunted mansions, and if in case you wanted to do some weird self-celebratory thing for the holidays, right? Like, you could do that. But when you played it with the traditional side-scrollers, you couldn't. And I feel like that's the reason why I like the adventure games more. Because the moment you unlock that area, but you can still go all over to the other areas.
Yeah, that's what I like about it.
I think that's one of the reasons why I originally liked those type of games, is because it allowed me to do that.
Well, it also lets you try your skills again, because you're like, ooh, I mastered this new move. I want to go back and beat these guys up.
Try it up and stuff.
Yeah.
Or like you have some monster that just sucks and you wanted to go ahead and shoot him with a bunch of missiles because fuck that dude. Yeah, I did that. Yeah. I did that out of spite a lot. But yeah, no, that's why I like them. But when games started kind of expanding more on being able to like replay older levels and stuff, I started liking more of the side scrollers. I love the traditional Mario Brothers to this day. I will always play it.
Yeah.
Right.
I still kind of hate them. Right. I suck.
Yeah. Well, they did tests with Mario Brothers 3 where you could still play some of the older levels and stuff.
Yeah.
But once they're gone and you moved on to the next world, you're done. You couldn't play those anymore.
Well, it's nice too that you go back and recollect 1-ups again too.
Yeah, you can collect 1-ups, or like you don't have a level that you would love to require a Yoshi, and you can just go back and grab one and stuff like that. Yeah, absolutely. Like I love that. I love that fact. It gave a lot more freedom to it. That's definitely something I enjoyed out of them, and I think that was a huge thing, especially with Donkey Kong Country. Like that was one of my favorite ones. Like three of the worlds. One of them was the Minecraft one. Another one, not Minecraft, Minecart thing. Thanks, current situation of society. 200 million games sold, and of course, it's invading into people who are in their mid-30s.
At least you're mistaken for Roblox.
Oh God, what's gonna happen if that overtakes Minecraft?
Shit.
Right?
I don't want to play it.
We should try to make an episode of all the horrifying things we're just going to give people the fear of doing. Roblox takes over both Minecraft and Fortnite and makes crossovers of
Oh
both.
my god.
You're welcome. That's just a taste of what we're gonna probably do. You're welcome. Anyway, but yeah, they did a lot. I loved playing some of those levels over and over again because one of the factory levels was like one of the music is just jamming. I sometimes found a way where I can just isolate myself in one area and just like cranked up the TV and then like cleaned my room to it.
Oh, okay. That also reminds me about Kirby 64. I forgot about Kirby.
Yeah, Kirby 64. We can definitely talk about that too. Okay, I liked Kirby 64. I love Kirby as a franchise. That's one of my favorite franchises, even though Donkey Kong Country is my favorite game series. Kirby 64 is not as great. Like, it feels sluggish.
Yeah.
It feels like it just drags, and like it's really boring in that aspect. But the mixing of two different powers are pretty cool.
No hats.
Yes, no
that
hats.
Pisses me off.
What the hell's going on with you guys over at hell?
Somebody should make a hat patch for them. Put on a ROM.
No, you know what? No. They port Kirby 64 and the Crystal Shards, and the only thing they update is the new hat mode.
Good.
Right. The funky hat mode. It's just hats, and people will just be like, here's the money. Here, $50 okay? Yeah, okay, that's good.
I was so disappointed when he didn't have hats. I was like, what the
He didn't even have hats. He didn't even have his buddies.
Yeah.
Which, like, upset me more. Mind you, a lot of older Kirby games, he did not have hats.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Okay? Sure. So, trying to go back to kind of, like, I can see it trying to be back to its roots, but the hat thing kind of defined the abilities. Yeah. Like, it really did. Like, I
did
do
they
feel
say
like
it was too hard to model, so they just said, we just got to get this game out, basically?
I think it was more the fact that, like, they really weren't giving enough time to do much. So they're like, yeah, we should probably just not do that. Yeah. Because we got to focus on finishing up the world and stuff.
But Spike and Blade is, like, all you need, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, stick with that.
I will say right now, if they just remaster Kirby All-Star, or let alone just the Great Cave Offensive in Kirby All-Star, just do that type of game again. Yeah. Just even make it hand-drawn or whatever. Yeah, I'd buy that. Yeah. Okay, give me that $60, okay? That's perfectly fine. I'm all right with that.
But yeah, I almost forgot about Kirby.
Yeah, no, Kirby kind of falls in that. I'm actually really curious about the new Kirby coming out. Because they said that this next Kirby is going to be, like, there's rumors that they're saying that this is going to kind of set a statement of what Kirby's going to be like for the future. Like, this is the next phase of Kirby. So I'm really curious what's going to happen with that.
Hopefully it's just not a spin-off.
No, he does a lot. He does a lot of weird ones, but I feel like they were talking kind of a core thing. But I feel like they might be doing more experimental things, so it does feel like a spin-off. We don't know yet, but I've been hearing things. I've been hearing that like it's doing something different, and I'm not sure how it's going to happen. Honestly, as long as it's not Star Allies again. Yeah, that was sad. The fact that you needed 3 robots because you don't have friends.
Or the yarn thing.
No, okay. The yarn one was fun though, and if you look at Kirby's history, there was a lot of games that he's always been doing weird things like that all the time. The Kirby yarn one was fun. It obviously was not the way Kirby usually plays, but I would definitely buy that game again.
Oh, okay.
The Rainbow Curse, I would not. I would not touch that game again. But he does all stuff like that. The Squeak Squad one is another one. The Cursed Mirror one is another or Planet Robobot. Like, there's all these weird mechanics he's always done that was very drastic sometimes. Okay. So it's within me. But yeah, no, going back, like the 2D side scrolls and such, yeah, I do think they solved a lot of the problems I did have with them. I hated the fact that it was very punishing, but I also liked that it was very punishing. But sometimes I just wanted to play like the Ice Cap level of Sonic. Like I just wanted to play that game. That was a cool level. But I would have to play Green Greens or whatever, Green Hill Zone or whatever nonsense it is out there. I don't want to play that again. You know? Okay. So I just wanted to do that, right? Yeah. And I actually had a Game Shark cheat that you can jump to whatever levels and stuff. And I use that quite a bit every holiday because I usually played a lot of snow levels in December just to get get into the vibe.
Oh, okay.
So that's probably why I like the 3D platformers more, because you can literally just go to any world and just kind of explore and do whatever goals you want.
Yeah.
So, but I do think the adventure games, as far as 2D platformers go, did the best. There was ones that are very RPG-esque, like ActRaiser, Psycho Wave or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was a weird one.
Psycho Wave.
Yeah, I think it came out. It came out in like Europe, and it just came out on the Switch's Super Nintendo service,
Uh-huh.
and
So we didn't get
it's
it?
like Psycho Knight or something like
No,
that.
okay.
And it's a side-scrolling type of game. It seems kind of like a mix between Castlevania and Mega Man as far as the way you progress through levels,
Mm-hmm.
but it's so rigid that it's really hard to enjoy a platformer with.
Oh, okay.
But then you got the other ones that are like high-end action platformers.
Mm-hmm.
Action platformers are basically like each one is a series of levels that you have to do certain magic, like accurate skill stuff, such as jumping or shooting or doing whatever, which more action games kind of like took it and ran with it more now.
Oh, okay.
But
RPGs? Let's say
huh?
Muramasa the Demon Blade.
Oh yeah, with RPGs, I'm just like running on and doing a ramble. Let's back up a little bit.
Odin Sphere and Muramasa the Demon Blade.
Mm-hmm.
Side scrolling. You have your map that shows you, where you've been to, where you haven't been to. You do need to acquire blades and certain levels to get through. I haven't tried Heaven, or what's like the hardest difficulty. Seems almost impossible because I don't know if you could block, because like you can only equip 3 blades.
Mm-hmm.
You have to switch between them. So when they break, you gotta switch to your next one, and then it slowly regenerates, and you can pull it out again. And it's really tricky, even on like normal, and you're at a low level. Yeah, it'll beat your ass, but it's a super fun game. Like,
I remember seeing it on the Wii, but it gave me like a lot of Castlevania vibes, and I wasn't able to get around to it because it was right around the whole Operation Rainfalls when I saw it. I know it came out before that. It was just one of the things I actively saw.
Okay.
So I was playing like No More Heroes and stuff like that, but I was also pushing for those like last RPGs and stuff like that.
I would say the Vita version's done really well because I think they switched back to its true translation, because I think the Wii version has different dialogue. I'll have to look that up, but it's super dark compared to the Wii version because I think the dialogue's completely different.
Yeah, from what I understood, they also had a different translating team too.
Oh wow, okay, so it probably is different. But the one thing that pisses me off with the Wii version, you use up to jump. That's disgusting.
You don't press up to jump in Smash Brothers? No wonder you suck at it.
God. Even the pros turn that shit off. So. God, why would you put up to jump?
Because that's how real men do it.
No.
Pros are just savages.
And then there's Odin Sphere. God, I love that game too. I played it on PS2, and it got some traction because it was something that hasn't been seen before, and then it just kind of like simmered down and nobody ever talked about it. I just couldn't shut up about it because it was something that hasn't been done before. So I don't know. I really like it. And then,
well, what did they do that wasn't done before? At least at the time.
Just like a side scroller RPG. I don't know how else to explain it, but it was something I haven't seen before. So, because most side scrollers, everybody would just do it like Castlevania or Mario.
Mm-hmm.
So this one's more leveling up and all that fun stuff. I don't know how else to explain it.
Well, that's kind of like what a lot of the main goal is with Castlevania, but you also get like kind of bonuses in some of the later Castlevania games.
Yeah.
If you're not above a certain level and such too. So like you're kind of playing within queue of the actual game's progress instead of spamming Medusa heads to level 100. But no, there was a couple in the Super Nintendo that was kind of like side-scrolling RPG-ish stuff. Golden Axe was kind of like that on the Genesis as well.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the ones on the Super Nintendo I didn't play.
Oh, okay.
most RPGs outside Final Fantasy I didn't play.
Okay. Oh,
Like-
the PS2 version. Jesus Christ. When you're fighting the Queen of the Undead world, they crammed so much shit in there. Like the game started to lag. I thought I was having an issue. I looked it up and they're like, "Oh yeah, sorry about that. We crammed too much shit in there," and the game just started to bog down.
Yeah, that's something I was familiar with the original Nintendo stuff. They're like, whoa. 5 colors? Not on this Wizards and Warriors game. But no, like, there's probably some stuff that has happened, but not to the same degree that probably Holy Sphere did. But I'm actually surprised a lot of the Vanillaware stuff hasn't actually been ported. I heard a lot of the creations are very cult classics.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm surprised nobody has done anything. I mean, they've ported Silver Case for Suda 51 recently.
Yeah.
So like it wouldn't be out of line for some Vanillaware collection or something at that point.
Yeah, it's like one of the saltiest things. George Kamitani, if you don't ever bring any of your games to anything other than Sony platforms, I'm going to haunt you.
He's a ghost. He can do it. I'm stuck in this mausoleum, and this is exactly how it happens every single day. But yeah, no, I'm actually surprised. Like Vanillaware, I hear a lot about Vanillaware. I never really did anything with it, right? Like I think probably played a little bit of Muramasa at a friend's house or maybe, but nothing else. Like I don't recall. But I'm not against it.
Yeah.
It's just I just had other things I had to do, and I'm open to like trying them out. Maybe if they make a Vanillaware collection or something at that point.
Okay.
So, but what about any type of? Do you know anything about
indies?
Well, not just that, but things to look forward to.
Things to look forward to.
Like, is there anything that you think that would be pretty good to look forward to as far as like these type of 2D adventure games and Metroidvanias and such?
More Metroid? No. Bring Vanillaware stuff over. Holy shit, man!
Like that's all you want.
That's all.
Well,
like my library, like my Steam library, is basically everything I got on console, but on my PC. And then I don't have anything from Vanillaware. That's where I do want to bring up our indies.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Vagrant Story. Is it Lost Ruins? Minora? Lapis Labyrinth? Bring them to PC. Bring them to Switch. Like
PC, bring them. Just pour them everywhere. As far as like indies go for me, like there's a couple decent Metroidvania ones that recently came out. Momodora is one of them. It's actually on the Switch, and Time Spinner, which is just about everywhere now.
Time Splitters? Or what?
Time Spinner.
Time Spinner. Oh, okay.
Spinner, like one giant word. The story feels like they've written the story in a different studio when they were developing the rest of the game. So there's like cues that just don't match well. But other than that, like it's a solid Metroidvania game.
Oh, okay.
And Momodora, I'm still trying to kind of process. It's a weird game for me.
It's hard as shit.
Yeah, it is. It is. They don't even tell you the story, so I'm like, I can't feel like not even like a why you're actually in the area you're in, you know what I mean?
Kill shit. That's all you need.
So, but no, that's just, it's a monsters, kill shit. But
was it The Vagrant? If anybody gets a chance to try it, I think it's on Steam right now, but I think it's still in beta or whatever.
Oh, that's another good one too.
Yeah, but it has a very Vanillaware feel to it too. So if you guys are hungry for Vanillaware, go for that. I wish they ported to the Switch too, so I'd buy it again.
There was a game called Chasm that just recently got to the Switch, but it has been on the PS4 for some time now. It's also a pretty good Metroidvania if anybody's down for something to that point.
Oh, okay.
Flint Hook is kind of like a roguelike Metroidvania, but some people don't like the roguelikes. So.
Oh, okay. No, that's a cool game. I got a chance to try that. Yeah. If you're very good with the hooking, you could like zip around the stages and get to really crazy spots that you're not supposed to. Oh, it's really cool though.
But yeah, no. As far as what I'm looking forward to too, double backing all to where we were again, was I'm hearing I haven't had any confirmations. There has been some ratings out there for a Castlevania Advance collection. So that's pretty cool to look forward to. So Circle of the Moon and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. I would get that, but that's a lot of old games. So I'm not saying look forward to that, but I am hearing whispers of a Time Spinner 2. Mm-hmm. I mean, it could just be an entirely different game. But as far as what I understand, apparently they're making one. I don't know much on that. I don't know if there's any information on that entirely, but that's something to kind of look forward to.
Okay.
But yeah, that's a lot of the 2Ds and platformer games that are out there that y'all could actually enjoy. And I will say we're going to go ahead and wrap this up right here. And if you liked what you hear, you feel free to hit a like and share, and subscribe.
Subscribe. Remind us on Minds.
Yeah, we are also on multiple. We're on multiple social media sites such as Minds, Gab, BitChute, and Rumble as well. In case you don't care to watch us much on YouTube, but if you like what we have, go ahead and share it with other friends, and we'll see you on the other side. Hey everyone, this is Paraka
and Ghost.
I would like to say thank you for listening to our podcast.
If you like our content, give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and share our video with your friends.
You can also follow and support us on other social media such as Minds and Rumble. Links in the description below.